Reaching for the sky in Romania. Round Romania, 3 countries have had a special influence. Greece, Russia, especially when it controlled Ukraine, and Hungary. In the 17th century, the north of Romania was part of the Austrian-Hungary Empire. That empire, being Roman Catholic, forbade other denominations building their churches in stone. So Greek Orthodox, the main religion of Romania, started to use timber. The distinctive features of these churches were a very high spire reaching for the sky and a massive roof. The heavy timbers were cut to fit perfectly. The tiles of the roof were shingles. No nails were used in the construction. Hundreds of these churches were built in the 17th and 18th centuries. About 200 remain, of which 8 have been adopted as UNESCO heritage sites. In July 2019, a group of mostly Japanese folk visited these churches under the guidance of Mr. Kawai. We went by bus, the countryside looking very attractive in the sun. This is the church at Serdesti. The spire is 54 meters high. With a GoPro wide-angle camera, that does not look specially tall, but with the standard lens it does, as seen from here too, reaching for the sky, pointing toward heaven. Until recently, this was the tallest timber spire in the world. From closer in, the roof dominates the view. I'm late. Inside, the other members of the party are listening to the guide. She explains in Romanian about the pictures, and Mr. Kawai translates into Japanese. Some of the pictures are on the ceiling. There is an inner sanctuary, but entrance is not really allowed. We're on our way to another timber church in Budesti, not as high as the Serdesti one.
No video.
ビデオは撮らないでくださいということです。外からは大丈夫ですけど、中ではダメです。
No video.
No video. No video.
So no more video here, apparently. The pictures were mostly painted by local people. The halos show the Greek Orthodox way of commemorating holiness. This must be one of their festivals. The village buildings we pass are mostly utilitarian, a reminder of the severe communist regime that ruled this country for 45 years. Our next stop at Barsana is a monastery complex, which has become a tourist attraction. Mr. Kawai is explaining the buildings, especially the pagoda-like one, which is used for outdoor worship. The building on the left is a museum, and the next a conference hall and refectory. This much older building is used by the few resident nuns for worship, and this other building is a house for staff. The church here on the left is new, completed in 1995. The spire is 57 meters high and has displaced Serdesti as the tallest timber spire in the world. The freshness of the decorations inside show how new it is. With this fourth church, the special point of interest is not the spire, though it does have one, but the graveyard, the Merry Cemetery it is called. The graves are adorned with flowers as in most graveyards, but at the foot of all the graves there is a board with a picture of the dead person and a brief description of their life. Here a girl was hit by a car and killed. She was only 3 years old. Here, a man who loved study, it says, went on to university and became a teacher. This man was a woodsman. He spent his life cutting down trees and taking them to the sawmill. Here, Mr. Kawai is explaining that this woman spent years saving up money to buy a car, but when she had it, she drove faster and faster and eventually had an accident in which she died. Then it adds, "Where am I now?" This is a girl who died before she was 1 year old. Why was I born, it asks, that I should die so young? Here, Mr. Kawai is telling of a man arrested by the police, but is let off because he says his father used to be in the police and he himself is a member of the Communist Party. There are many other pictures. You can probably guess their story, or at least something about them. At the final church of our visit, a Protestant one, there is a building, but it is the congregation we came to visit and to join in their evening service. Their singing is from the heart. Is there a special reason for this? There is. Just near these churches in North Romania is a prison, where, during the years of communist tyranny, hundreds of citizens were tortured and killed. Faith in God is what kept many of them from going insane. On the question of faith, it was faith in God which inspired the building of the wooden churches of 200 years ago. And thirdly, it is faith in God which gives life to the worship of Romanian churches today. Reaching for the sky for God in Romania. They did so in the past, they do so today, and hopefully they will do so too in the future.